Hello, people of the silent village. His voice rang out, loud and clear. Every head turned, and a ripple of fear spread through the crowd. I watched as mothers covered their children's mouths, and men took steps backward, their eyes wide. The stranger's face held no fear. Instead, he looked surprised by our reaction. An elder hurried forward, motioning for him to be quiet. He whispered, "Stranger, you must not speak here. Your voice will bring the beast upon us." The stranger tilted his head, his gaze calm and steady. "I have traveled many lands, but I have never seen a village bound by silence," he replied in a softer voice. "What kind of creature makes you live in such fear?" The elders explained the legend of the beast, their voices barely above a murmur. The stranger listened carefully, nodding along as they spoke. When they finished, he smiled, a slow, confident smile. "I have come to help you," he said. "The beast's hold on you can be broken, but it will take courage." The villagers exchanged glances, some hopeful, others doubtful. The stranger's words stirred something within us, a tiny spark of hope that had been smothered for too long. Yet the fear was still there, a deep-rooted fear we couldn't shake. That night, the elders gathered in secret with the stranger. I watched from a distance, unable to hear their whispers but sensing the tension in the air. The stranger's face was calm, his gaze steady. Whatever his plan was, he seemed certain it would work. But could we trust him? Could he really free us from the beast's terror? The next day, the stranger, who introduced himself as Omori, called the villagers together. His voice was gentle but firm, and it seemed to carry a strength we had not seen in anyone before. "Tonight," he announced, "I will call the beast. I will face it alone. But I need your help." A murmur went through the crowd. Faces showed a mix of fear, confusion, and, perhaps, a small glimmer of hope. The elders stepped forward, their expressions wary. "This beast has haunted us for generations," one of them said. "How can you be so certain you can defeat it?" Omori's gaze didn't waver. "I have faced creatures like this before. I understand its power and its weakness. But I cannot do this alone. I need your trust." He went on to explain his plan, a plan that sounded both daring and dangerous. He would use sound to lure the beast out, guiding it into a trap that the villagers would help set up. The trap was simple, a circle of stones at the edge of the village, reinforced by barriers made of branches and thorns. The villagers would stay hidden, and only Omori would make the sounds to draw the beast. As he spoke, I felt a strange stirring within me, a mix of fear and excitement. It was hard to believe that we could break free from the silence, but Omori's confidence was contagious. That evening, the villagers worked together, gathering stones and branches to build the trap. I watched as Omori directed them, his face focused and calm. For the first time, I saw the village come alive, united in a common purpose. The silence was still there, but it felt different, no longer a prison, but a shield. When the sun dipped below the horizon, we returned to our homes, waiting anxiously for the moment Omori would face the beast. That night, silence blanketed the village as we all hid inside our homes, waiting with bated breath. The night felt different, charged with anticipation and dread. The trap was ready, the villagers hidden, and Omori stood alone in the clearing, waiting for the beast. As we peeked through cracks in our doors and windows, Omori did something none of us expected. He clapped his hands together, loud enough for the sound to echo through the trees. The clap was followed by a deep, resonant hum, the kind that vibrated through your bones. Each clap was like thunder in the quiet village, and each hum seemed to call to something dark and ancient hiding within the shadows. The forest at the edge of the village began to rustle, as if a wind was passing through. But there was no wind that night. The leaves trembled, and the ground seemed to shake ever so slightly. And then, we saw it, the beast. It moved between the trees, its shape massive and terrifying. It seemed more shadow than creature, a hulking figure with limbs that moved silently, fluidly. All we could see were its eyes, burning a fierce orange, flicking back and forth as it searched for the source of the sound.